Welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell and today's first video is from the user Poopia. No idea if that's the correct pronunciation, Poopia. And he's driving the AMX-12T on a standard battle on the Tundra. AMX-12T is the tier 6 light tank for the French. And again, this thing used to be a tier 5 light tank, but it was boosted up to tier 6 with the introduction of the ELC AMX. And then, well, basically everything past the ELC that got boosted up a tier. And this thing is now the tier 6. Very good scout tank. Very good light tank. Even though it is only tier 6 and it is a light, still does have a half-decent gun. If we just take a quick look at that, average penetration of 144 and damage of 135. So this thing is able to do some work. As you can see, Poopia already heading way over to the left-hand flank here. And the enemy AMX is just suicide scouting there. Unfortunately, he's been spotted out by somebody and takes a big hit through the side armor there. Loses pretty much over half of his hit points in a single hit. So he's going to have to play the rest of this game pretty carefully. Still surprised that that AMX 1375 is still alive. Does have a half-decent amount of hit points, but really the allied team should have dealt with him already. There we go. Finally goes down to a Lux. Really, he was alive for way too long there, and just held up the allied team. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to come back from that. Going to have to play this one a little bit smart. You see the allied team making inroads along this right-hand flank here. Poopia going to use, hopefully, his speed and maneuverability to outflank this Jagdpanzer, or just do some spotting there and let the Ferdinand take care of him. Got to be careful, though, because there is 5 artillery pieces on the enemy team, so you can't really sit still for too long. Artillery does like to focus down light tanks. Two of the main reasons for that is, one, they're generally a one-shot kill, because you will penetrate and you'll do more damage than they have hit points, so it's just nice to get one-shot kills on people. And secondly, because you're at the most risk from these light tanks. Because once they are able to get in behind the enemy lines, behind your lines, they are going to hunt you down. And they are almost certainly going to take you out. As it is, focusing down on that Nashorn there. Able to take him out, no problem whatsoever. Going to spend a little time refilling his clip here. Looks like there actually isn't anybody defending this back part of the map. You can see there's a Tiger 1 and a KB3 at around about G4 there to defend. But, drowning himself a little bit. But yeah, they've got those 2 heavy tanks there, but there's nobody defending over here in the waterway. And that's just going to allow the allies to get in here and hunt down the enemy's artillery. As you see, they find a Hummel. And it's just going to be a case of taking a couple of shots in the area. And that's a very good blind kill on the Hummel. Although, to be honest, he probably wasn't going to be making too much of a move. So himself and the A43 are in, just causing havoc now with the enemy artillery. Gets 3 good hits into the side of that Su-14-2 and able to take him out. Got to reload the cannon now, but as it is, they are in behind the enemy lines. Oh, and as you see, the M44 artillery piece there, just able to take out that A43. Poopia just hiding behind the corpse of this SU here. Wait till he reloads his cannon. He's got a nice shot on that GW Tiger, I think it was. Going to fire a few shots off in his direction. Probably penetrated with one, possibly both of those, but now he's going to have to go and try and hunt him down. He's almost certainly started to make a run for it. So we're going to have to hunt him down, try and get eyes on him. As it is, though, spots out the M44 from earlier. M44 has his shot, but misses. And it's just going to be a simple case of pounding him down and taking him out. He's got one more shot left. Can he use it to take out this GW Tiger? Oh, indeed he can, because the Tiger misses his shot. And that's kill number 5 for Poopia. So there's just this M40-43 left, but he's going to retreat back to the very edge of the map, around behind this SU. Nope, not going to head behind the SU, but he is going to head to this area here, behind the thick vegetation, just to reload his cannon. got that reloaded now, and it's going to be a case of tracking down the artillery. Going very, very well for the AMX-12T here. He's got himself 5 kills, almost 1,000 points of damage, and taken out, I think, is that 4? Yeah, taken out 4 of the artillery pieces so far. Or am I making that up? It may only be 3. No, I think he did get the Hummel. So he's having a good game himself, but his allies aren't doing particularly well. M4043 realises that he's been spotted. He's on the ball. Unfortunately, oh, as his shot just about misses. One more hit, and that is kill number 6 for Pupia. So absolutely awesome showing there, picking himself up 6 kills, taking out all of the artillery, gets himself a Top Gun medal and a Birders medal into the mix. But now himself and this Ferdinand have to try and defend against 3 enemy tanks here. They've got a Tiger II, a KV-3 and that T-20, so really the real battle starts just about now. Luckily for him though, the Ferdinand has full hit points, so hopefully the 2 of them can just wear these guys down, get some good side armor shots on that KV-3, takes him out, and that's kill number 7. So now they've got to reset. Probably best idea now, to be honest, to go for a base capture, but Pupia's got to head back while he reloads that cannon, because as you can see, the T-20 and the Tiger II were last spotted over around the base area, although it looks like they've both decided earlier on that they were going to go for the kills rather than the cap, as the T-20 is spotted crossing over that river. Pupia's reloaded his cannon now. That Ferdinand himself's already certainly reloaded. Good thing is, if the Ferdinand can keep the attention of this T-20, the Ferdinand has the front armor to be able to deflect a few shots. As it is, though, the T-20 knows exactly where he's firing to be able to pick out the weak spots of this Ferdinand, which isn't easy. And now he's going to try and flank around the side of this T-20. Problem is, though, the T-20 isn't paying any attention to the Ferdinand. So Pupia just going to head back now. Oh, actually, missed that. The Ferdinand actually took out the T-20 with an excellent long-range shot there. Although they've now spotted this Tiger II, and the Tiger II is on full health. He's got 1,600 hit points, which means he's got that upgraded turret, and he's going to be difficult to deal with. Got himself a full clip reloaded now. The Ferdinand's making his slow way up to the ridge. Hopefully, if he can keep the attention of that Tiger II, who's just fluffed his shot by the looks of it, then Pupia's going to be able to get around the sides and the rear. He's probably not been spotted out here, so the Tiger II possibly doesn't know he's coming. Maybe close enough to be proximity spotted right about now. But that sounds like the Tiger II has fired again, so just going to try and wear him down. Looks like he's trying to shoot at the tracks of the Tiger II in order to keep him in place and keep him, because if he can track the Tiger II here out in the open, there we go, finally gets a track on the Tiger II. He's fired off all of his shots there. Oh, and that is so unlucky. The Tiger II is able to take him out, and that is unfortunately probably going to be all she wrote, as Pupia here in the AMX-12T only has 3 rounds left, and I'm pretty sure that Tiger had 700 hit points. Yes, he does. Pupia doesn't have the damage to be able to take him out, and as it is, the Tiger II finishes him off in the end there, but still an absolutely awesome game from Pupia, picking himself up 7 kills, a whole bunch of damage, and a swathe of medals. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Stick around, because as always, the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user Epic Rabbit 95. That's Epic Rabbit 95, and he's driving the T-54E1 on an encounter battle on the Sand River. T-54E1 being a Tier 9 medium tank for the Americans. The one with that 4-shell autoloader leads onto the T-57 Heavy. And this thing is a bit of an animal when in the right hands. So this one's a little slow to get started, so we're going to speed this up. As you can see, the medium tank's heading to the very south of the map and going to be overlooking the cap circle and just trying to spot anybody they can coming down the one line. As it is, there's quite a bit of artillery in this game, 3 artillery pieces per side, so we're going to have to play this one carefully, especially as a fast medium tank. Not as bad as playing a light tank. Artillery does like to focus on the light tanks just because, as I said in the previous replay, they tend to be one-shot kills and they are also your biggest threat. Not really getting any damage on that ISU, missing the T-34 there. Bouncing his second shot. Can he finally get some damage with the third shot there and just drops back to reload his cannon. T-34-3 also deciding that he's had quite enough of that punishment and just drops back over the ridgeline there. ISU-152 also not really wanting to poke out. 6th sense goes off, showing that he's been spotted, but that ISU doesn't have a shot. His gun just not poking enough over the ridge. Does have to be careful nonetheless, as like I said earlier, with these 3 artillery pieces, going to have to play this one carefully. Spots out a couple more tanks. Well, not a couple more. Spots out that Borsig there. So it looks like the enemy's put quite a few tanks in this location, but not too many. So this one's not going to be a sort of overwhelming steamroll by either side. It's going to be a little bit of a pitched battle. As you can see, there's an IS-6 coming with Epic Rabbit in an attempt to try and maybe hunt down this T-34-3. Does find the Rheinmetall though, who has a shot and does a crap ton of damage there. So, but he's going to have that really long reload. Unfortunately, looks like Epic Rabbit isn't able to catch him just yet. Gets another good hit, one more shot, and that is kill number 1 for Epic Rabbit. Did take a shit ton of damage for his trouble though, around about 750, 800 points of damage straight to his face. So just going to hide behind the sand dunes here and just let his autoloader refuel. Not really sure what the VK2801 was thinking he was going to achieve there by just suiciding over the ridge into 3 tanks. Just gets himself eliminated. Not that we thought anything else was really going to happen. As you can see, the enemy team even has 3 tanks overlooking the cap circle at the moment, and they've got a Tortoise over in E4, just kind of probably looking in this direction, to be honest, because there isn't much else you can see apart from that Jagdtiger. Game pretty even as it is at the moment at 5 kills to 6. As you can see, Epic Rabbit has now reloaded his clip, and he's going to try and come around behind the enemy tanks here, who aren't going to be expecting this. As you can see, spots out all 3 of them, takes out the ISU pretty quickly, doesn't quite get the damage on the T-34 there, finally able to get one through there, gets a good shot on that Panzer Soufflé, and that is him out of shells. I was thinking that Panzer Soufflé was probably going to make a run around the sand dune there, straight into the Allied guns, but luckily for him, decided not to do that. Sometimes when people get shot from the sides or the rear, they panic and just make a run for it. Epic Rabbit just sitting still until his gun reloads. I've still got this Panzer Soufflé somewhere around here. But with those 2 quick kills there, he's evened the game up for his team. Spots him out here. Not really sure what he's doing. He's kind of just spinning on the spot. Had the opportunity to shoot Epic Rabbit in the face, but decided just to drive in a tight circle instead. Probably a bot or an idiot. Artillery shells landing close by. Epic Rabbit knows he hasn't been spotted here. Knows he isn't in that much danger. Just moves on a little bit while his gun's reloading, having a quick look towards the hill there. But I'm pretty sure with the T-50-2 being removed from the game, nobody's actually able to get on that ridge anymore. Still got to be careful of this Tortoise that is in the area somewhere. Last he was seen, he was on the ridge across the way. Going to see if we can spot him out. There we go. There he is there. Still focusing on this area here. Just stubbornly refusing to go anywhere else. Oh, takes a couple of big shots for his trouble. Second one misses, unfortunately, because that is a tiny target. But unfortunately for him, he presented his side armor. He's now tracked out in the open. Just started moving in time for that shot to miss. To be honest, I was giving the Tortoise a bit of grief for still focusing on this area, but to be honest, there's absolutely nothing else in the north of the map from the Allied team, so really this is the only place that he is needed to overlook. And Epic Rabbit again, just dropping back and reloading his cannon. Still has to be careful, because the enemy team still has all 3 of their artillery pieces. The Allied team is about to lose their 3rd and final artillery piece. As you can see, that, what is it? Not really sure. A heavy tank. So it's going to be that 5120 is bailing down on their last GW Panther, and he in fact takes him out. Not really sure where the Tortoise has gone now. He may have ditched down into the ravine. Allied team well underway on a base capture there. Not really able to get anything on that Tortoise. Oh, there we go. Tortoise presents the top of his armor, but he just ricochets on the side there. Second shot misses. Third shot bounces. Not really having very much luck firing at this Tortoise. To be honest, he's probably going to have to go down and actually engage him. Looks like the Panther 2 finally gets himself taken out. That Panther 2 only had 1 hit point remaining. So to be honest, the best thing he could have done for his team was go for that base capture, just to try and draw the enemy in, and because with 1 hit point he's not really going to be able to do much else, especially when he's not a heavy tank or anything with any kind of armor. But that does just leave the T-54E1 of Epic Rabbit and this AMX-50-120 are the only guys left on the map. Luckily the Allied 50-120 is a pretty good player. Unfortunately the enemy 50-120 is also a good player, and it looks like the 2 of those are going to clash headlong any minute now. To be honest though, there's only really this Tortoise sitting between Epic Rabbit and what is probably the area with all of the enemy artillery in. So if he can take out this Tortoise here, he's going to have a clear run towards all of the enemy artillery, hopefully. Not really sure where the Super Pershing is, hasn't been spotted out for a while. Does have to be careful of this Tortoise because he does have a fast firing speed. The 50-120 was able to take out the enemy 50-120 in an excellent head-to-head duel there. And as it is, the Tortoise is now hidden behind a outcropping of rocks. So Epic Rabbit going to try and charge him down. There's the Super Pershing, making his slow lumbering way towards the base capture there. Going to try and lure the Tortoise into firing. Can't remain still for too long though, as the artillery is still in the area. Just going to try and get shots on the Tortoise without the Tortoise being able to return fire. And it looks like he's able to do just that and finally take him out. But it looks like the GW Panther had a shot there and damaged the tracks of Epic Rabbit. Reloading his cannon because he's got 3 artillery to hunt down now, but only had 1 shot left. Finds all 3 artillery pieces in a nice staggered line on the other side of these sandstone huts. Just going to sit here and wait for his gun to refill. As it is, that 50-120 going to be heading towards the base capture. Going to try and eliminate that Super Pershing. Unfortunately though, the 50-120 has such terrible armor that 1 lucky shot from the Super Pershing will be enough to take him out. Spots out the 212A first. Sorry, I was just a little caught up reading the chat there. So yeah, spots out the 212A first. Going to try and close him down. Did reload his cannon. As you can see, the 50-120 able to get a good reset there. He's totally spotted out here. The artillery knows exactly where he is, but it looks like all 3 of them just a little bit too worried to be able to do anything about this. They have scattered to the winds though. Going to try and take out the 212 first. Doesn't have very many shells remaining, so got to play this one a little bit more carefully. 212A looks like he's focusing on the point that he thinks he's going to come from, and he takes a big shot through the side, one more, and he's able to take out the first artillery piece. Can he get the second? The Su-14 looks like that Super Pershing has finally taken out the 5120. So now it's all on Epic Rabbit. Has 2 shots left in his clip, and then he's got 9 premium shells left. Can he hunt down all of the artillery before going to try and take on this Super Pershing? As it is, if he doesn't take out the artillery before he takes out the Super Pershing, they're going to have an easy time of just pounding him down once he does engage the Super Pershing. Then after that, they can all just scatter to the 4 corners of the map and make it really hard for Epic Rabbit to try and hunt them down. Just got this GW Panther left. He's got 2 kills himself, so he's probably not going to be an easy target. Not really sure where he is. There he is. He's up on the ridge. He's making a reverse to try and get away, but fantastic piece of luck there from Epic Rabbit. Not quite letting his gun close all the way in, but the shot still flying straight and true, and he's able to land his shot on the very top of the GW Panther there, take him out and pick up kill number 8. And that just leaves this Super Pershing that is still going for this base capture. As it is, though, the Super Pershing does have pretty formidable armor, although I'm pretty sure, yeah, look at that, 255 penetration. So, really, all he needs to do is just find a spot to hit on this Super Pershing, and he's probably going to go through. Not quite able to spot him out just yet, but he does still have over a minute left on the timer, so he's going to have more than enough time to go around. Oh, Super Pershing gets lit up there, not sure why. Was he moving for some reason? No, looks like he's sitting perfectly still. But he's got 1,000 hit points, but that still should be no problem just to burn him down with 1 clip. Just fire repeatedly at the same spot, and that is the Super Pershing taken out, an Epic Rabbit 95, picking up a huge 9 kills, all 3 artillery, and almost 5,500 points of damage. With blind shots, that'll probably equal more than 5,500 points of damage. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, then send that to replay@screenreality.com. I'll do my best to turn as many of those awesome replays into videos as I can. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like or favourite, stick a comment in the comment section below letting me know exactly what you thought of today's replays and today's players. And if you're not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button for more content like this in the future. I have been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.